Hello, and welcome to Box or Tape, where I decide which is better, the box or the tape. Today's episode, we're going to be looking at the 1972 Giallo, The Slasher. This release is brought to us by Monterey Home Video. The company was started by Scott Mansfield to release his slasher film Deadly Games in 1982. Probably some of their most popular releases were the Grateful Dead concert films, the Grateful Dead movie, and Dead Ahead. Currently, they release their films at film festivals and through VOD, and they also do documentaries on PBS. Notable big boxes they released were The Grim Reaper, The Love Butcher, and One Away. Let's take a look.
Okay, today we got the slasher. It's the knife and the knight. Ooh, look at that side piece. Did you look scared? I wonder if the guy on the cover is not happy with his photography. I wonder if that's the issue. And that guy on the left, I hope he's not important to the plot. Now let's just open this up. Let's see. Oops. Let's see if I can get. Oop. Butterfingers. Ooh, there we go. There we go. And classic, the slasher.
Now let's read the back of the box and see what we're getting into.
A violent and sadistic killer is loose in a small town. Victims: rich, beautiful women who have been unfaithful to their husbands. Motive: unknown. Clues: after stabbing his prey brutally, the slasher always leaves incriminating photographs around the corpse, cruelly proving the woman was an adulteress. Police Inspector Farley Granger has his hands full as one bloody murder follows another, leaving him completely baffled. His wife is the only source of consolation as a terrified community demands the capture of the sex maniac. Finally, Granger devises a clever ploy to draw the slasher into the open. But the price for capturing the psychopath is a revelation of a fatal secret with very deadly consequences.
The Slasher, aka The Slasher is a Sex Maniac, is directed by Roberto Montero, who I have not seen any of his other works besides this one. Farley Granger stars in the movie, and he's most well known for his roles in Alfred Hitchcock films like Rope and Strangers on a Train. Where I personally know him from is the sheriff in The Prowler.
The Prowler. If he wants you, he'll get you.
Okay, funny thing about this movie. It was retitled as Penetration and inserted hardcore pornography into it. Farley Granger was so pissed that he actually did a lawsuit against them, or threatened a major lawsuit. But it was withdrawn from the US distributions, but not in Europe. So if you were in Europe, you could still watch Penetration. So, how's the movie? Well, in my opinion, it's a very by the numbers Giallo movie, which it's early on in the Giallo history, so it's to be expected. The kills are just very generic. The killer only just slits the throats of the victims, so there's not much creativity there. Well, the film does have tons of nudity, which is expected with a giallo. And I mean, Italian cinema in general does lots of nudity. But this one, even like right after the opening credits, there is a dead girl that is completely naked and you see all of her.
Get shots of everything.
And there's some funny lines in here, and some are pretty harsh. The funny one is when the coroner and Farley Granger are talking about the motive of the killer and why they're killing.
But what motive is there for these crimes?
I don't know. Perhaps they could be traced to a homosexual.
Homosexual.
Yes, a jealous one. One other motive. Impotency has proven to cause mortal hate in men toward any woman they cannot possess.
It's not practical.
This is the harsh moment. This one hateful wife who's cheating, she comes back and her husband catches her, and he's crippled, And she says like the harshest thing to him, like, Jesus Christ, get a divorce.
Have I kept you up again?
No decent woman comes home at this hour.
Go to hell. You're unbearable. Your suicide might at least have been fatal. A decent woman, as you say, would have had you packed off to some rest home. Now, if I'm permitted, I'll go to bed.
And of course, the biggest red herring I have ever seen is this greasy coroner dude, and he like takes pictures of the dead bodies and displays them in his house. Like, of course he's not the killer, but damn if you're not setting the boy up.
I've only 2 rooms. No woman is going to marry a man who works at my job, you see. Sooner or later, they find out about the corpses. And it's finished before I can get started.
The killer was pretty easy to figure out. He has a certain facial feature that is noticeable enough to know that he was the killer. And if that's not the case, they put him on the back of the fucking box. But besides that, I really enjoyed the movie. I love Giallos. So maybe I like it a little bit more than the average person. Like, I watched it with my mom, and she thought it was pretty good too. Even though the ending's kind of harsh, but I kind of like a dark ending anyway. It doesn't all have to be happy, right? So which is better, the box or the tape? Well, this time around, it's going to be the tape. Because it's an amazing Giallo, but wrapped up in a very much thriller looking box. And I didn't even know it was related to the movie The Slasher the Sex Maniac, because that was the only title I've ever heard of it. I never heard it shortened as The Slasher. So I was pleasantly surprised, but very disappointed in the box. Especially since they put the killer on the back of it. You know, whatever. But yeah, the tape wins. Well, that's it for this episode. Tune in next time where the movie that we're going to review may be right in front of you. Woo. See you next time.